I thought we would continue our discussion on YouTube and my perspective on YouTube. And today specifically about why am I, as Black Bear Forge, doing YouTube? Or is John Switzer doing YouTube? And is YouTube something maybe you should consider in your own business or your own shop? Now these are hard questions to answer because it is an ever-changing, ever-evolving set of reasons that I'm doing this. Certainly the reason you start doing YouTube is just because there's something to share. You take videos. You can take a video on your phone. You can take videos with most digital cameras. You can buy a video camera like I have. And it's easy to take videos, but what do you do with them? People don't really want to come to your house and spend the evening watching your home videos, even though people have been doing that for ages. Everybody always complains about it. So today we share them on things like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And that's certainly where I started. My first videos were of a house concert with Evie Layden and Keith Terry. Then I got into doing some blacksmithing videos. The very first blacksmithing videos that I did were really crude, really bad. They were more just to kind of show something, an excuse to put up a video. In some cases, I was trying to show a customer progress on their project, but they had really very little to do with a business model. They weren't something that I was doing with any great desire to improve my business through YouTube. Eventually, I was contacted by a small video production company that wanted some rather complicated hardware for their big fancy barn that they have in Dumas, Texas, and they offered to exchange a professionally done video for the hardware. And I thought that sounded like a very good marketing idea, that people that were interested in hiring me to do hinges could watch this video and see a little bit about how I would do hardware work. So they came, they spent a full day, they had 4 or 5 cameras, and they took lots of footage. They probably had 20 hours of video of me forging a hinge. And then they went back and edited, and they made a very nice 4-part series on forging a strap hinge that was artistically done, had nice music, was not particularly instructional because it was meant as a marketing tool more than it was a tutorial like what I'm doing these days. And I'll try to put a link to those videos up here. So that's kind of the first steps into taking YouTube a little bit more seriously. As things evolve and I start doing more videos and posting more stuff, I start to realize this is a good way to share my experience with other people. And after 30 plus years in the blacksmith shop, I feel like I have a lot to share. There's things that I can pass on that other people may not know, they may not have figured out. And after watching lots and lots of YouTube videos, I also realize there's some pretty bad information out there. And I'm hoping I can present better information, maybe help people avoid making some of the mistakes they don't have to make. You're going to make mistakes in blacksmithing, but you don't have to make all the mistakes. It's taken us thousands of years to get to this point, building on the mistakes that our predecessors made. You don't have to start at day one and make all of those mistakes. You can learn from the mistakes other people have made. I've learned from those mistakes and learned not to make them. You can learn from my mistakes and you don't have to make those mistakes. And that will give you a real boost in your blacksmithing evolution to be able to avoid things that other people had to take years to figure out for themselves. You're still going to make mistakes. You're still going to learn by doing, but you don't have to make all the mistakes. And I hope I can share some of that with you and make it easier for your journey in blacksmithing. I hope that I can provide information that directs you to where you can buy tools or how you can make the tools or what tools you really need, what tools you don't need. And sometimes it's just a matter of what tools are nice, like this little giant power hammer back here, even though you don't need it. And I'm going to try and present all of those things in the videos. And as the channel grows, things evolve. When I started doing that, I really didn't think it was going to be as straight instruction as it's turning into. But I'm finding that's what people that are tuning into my channel anyways want to see. Most people want how-to videos, they want instruction, they want tutorials, they want to know why did I hit it there, how long a bar did I start with, all of that stuff. So it's not just an entertainment video. There will be some of those because there are things that I would like to present that I don't think will be good instructional videos, but you can get little insights on how things were done even by doing it as an entertainment video. But it's never going to be a high energy, forged in fire kind of production. There are other people doing that, and I'm sure you know who you can find that from if that's what you want to watch. We will stay mostly, come visit John in the small shop and see what John's up to today. And I hope that that little down-home feel, for lack of a better term, is attractive to people and that you'll keep coming back. And I think I would do YouTube videos even if there was no income in it, if there was no benefit in the shop, because I do feel strongly that I need to share the information that I've learned. I think that in any craft, the open sharing of the information is vital for the survival of the craft in future generations. It's not about me sharing my secret method for getting it done, because there really aren't any secrets. People have done all this before. There's not a lot of trade secrets, but if you don't pass it on, if you don't share, they get lost. We talked a while back about the Devil's Blacksmith project, recreating the hinges for the Notre Dame Cathedral, or recreating the process. They're not actually copying the hinges. But that's an example of where somebody in the past did not share their methods and they were lost. And now somebody is going through the trouble of discovering how those hinges were made, what the process was, and how do you do that, and they're sharing that openly. They're charging for their DVDs, they can't do it for free, but the information will be there. Anybody who wants that information will be able to find it. And I want to be able to do that kind of thing on a smaller scale here on the Black Bear Forge channel. So I get a lot out of it just from that perspective, because it's very self-satisfying. It also does help market my business. People see these videos and they say, oh, I like what he's doing, I'll buy my axe or my adze or my hinges from him. And so as a marketing tool, it can be quite good. So if you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, it's a good way to document your process, document your progress in blacksmithing, share it with your friends on social media so that they can perhaps have some input, either say, wow, you're doing great, or, oh, I noticed this thing about the way you swing a hammer, maybe you ought to look at that. And good reasons to do YouTube just for that. But it's also good marketing for your business. Your customers get to see what you're making, how you're doing it. They get to learn a little bit about you and who you are as a craftsperson. So I think there's something in it for that, even if there's no monetary gain. But the truth is, videos are expensive to produce. There's a lot of time. I spend about 4 to 5 hours for a half-an-hour video. I have a fair amount of money invested in cameras, lights, microphones, not tons. You know, from a professional standpoint, it's a drop in the bucket, but as somebody not doing YouTube as a primary business, it's a rather substantial amount. So there has to be some financial compensation for that throughout YouTube. Now, I'm not asking you to donate. There are ways you can donate through PayPal or Patreon, but that's not what this is about. It's available for those who want it, but it's not a requirement. I don't really expect that many donations there. The couple of $100s I get a month is fantastic, but from 10,000 subscribers, there's not that many people that donate. But those are people that would like to help out, and I appreciate it, and they are helping. They guarantee that everybody's getting videos produced. The big income source, for me anyways, is through the Google AdSense program. It's those annoying ads at the beginning of the video and at the end of the video, and sometimes in the middle of the video there's ads that run. And I'm sorry, but I have no input on which ads they put up, or how long the ads are, or exactly how they display. I just give them permission to do that, and then they pay me based on what the interaction with the ads are. Most of those ads are skippable, and you can hit that skip ad button down in the right hand corner and get away from the ad. You don't have to watch it. It's not required. I know they're annoying, and I'm sorry, but that's what pays me a little tiny wage to produce the videos. And it's unfortunately just a necessity of doing it. I would probably still produce videos if there was zero income, but it would be 1 or 2 videos a month, not 20 or 30 videos a month. And they would be much shorter videos. I would not have bought the lights, and I would not have bought the better microphone. It's having an income stream makes it possible to do better, higher quality videos. So yes, this has become a part of my business. It is now something I do to some extent to derive an income. It's a long way from being a real income. If I quit doing blacksmithing for my customers and just did blacksmithing for YouTube, I would be bankrupt. There's not that much money in it. So if you're looking at a get-rich-quick scheme and you say, I'm going to blacksmith for YouTube, I wouldn't advise it. It's starting to cover some time. I'm up to about $5 an hour for my effort to make YouTube, and it's taken 2 years to get there. And it's going to take a lot longer before it actually pays a real wage. But I'm hoping that because there is some financial compensation for doing YouTube videos, the time will come that I can concentrate on just doing projects I am passionate about, that I think you will enjoy, but things that my customers are not paying me to do. My customers pay me to make the same thing over and over again. They order off a website, they say, I want an axe that looks just like the one on the website, and I make them an axe that looks like the one on the website. But I don't get the freedom to make other styles of axes because they aren't sold, and it's purely taking a chance that somebody might buy it. But if selling ads on YouTube pays to produce the video, then I can do these things. I can explore new techniques. I can explore new projects. I can delve deeper into the art and the craft of blacksmithing and really have a lot of freedom because YouTube will pay for that. And that doesn't come directly out of your pocket as a viewer. That's being paid for by the advertisers. And as long as people are watching my videos, the advertisers pay a little tiny bit. I know somebody out there saying, well, what do you make for that? And YouTube really, I think, frowns on specifics. One, they don't want people shying away from videos because video producers are making all this money. But I think more the reality is they don't want people avoiding becoming YouTube creators because the money really isn't all that good. The reality is, on an average, as I understand it, a YouTube creator makes about $2.50 per 1,000 views. So if this video gets 4,000 views, that's $10 that I will make for the time to shoot and produce this video. And it may take 6 months to make that 4,000 views and get that $10. And that's the reality of YouTube. Now there are other blacksmithing channels out there that have many more subscribers and get many more views. And if you calculate out their income based on that average $2.50 per 1,000 views, they are easily making a very comfortable living just doing YouTube. I don't foresee that for Black Bear Forge. I really don't. And I'm not trying to go there. I don't think it'll really happen. I think to do that you have to be very high energy, very entertaining. You have to appeal to people with a short attention span that don't want to listen to you talk, they just want to watch you forge. And as long as there's hot iron and sparks and grinders and noise, they're happy. But if you're trying to actually teach them something, they're not too happy. And I would rather teach and encourage and inspire and educate than simply entertain. So probably I am never going to be one of those guys with 100,000, 200,000 views per video and 1 million subscribers. I don't foresee that. It's not my goal. But I do want this to be sustainable. I want it to be something that works for you, works for me, and we can keep doing it for the next 10 to 20 years. I hit 60 years old this year. I plan to be in the shop till I'm over 80. I know some other blacksmiths that are over 80 and they're still in the shop. And as long as I'm still in the shop, I hope I can keep doing YouTube videos, and I hope the platform continues to support that. But we will see where it goes. Everything is an evolution. Everything changes. There's no guarantees in YouTube or in life, so we'll just see what happens. But thank you for sticking around. I hope this answers some questions about why I'm doing it. I hope it lets you know if you're thinking of doing a YouTube channel for your blacksmithing business or your blacksmithing hobby or some other part of your life you're thinking about YouTube, that this may help either add some reality that it isn't going to make you rich and wealthy, or at least let you know that it's possible, and if you stick with it, that yes, there is some benefit to you for doing it, besides just the entertainment factor and the fact that it's kind of fun to make videos. I do like the comments, and I do like seeing those thumbs up at the end of the video. I don't really like seeing the thumbs down, but I've gotten kind of used to it. I think there's just a few people that like to hit that thumbs down button no matter what the video subject is, so it really doesn't matter. And we'll discuss those issues more in part 3. This is part 2. Part 1 I discussed the lights, the camera, the microphone, that kind of stuff. In part 3 we will discuss the YouTube platform, issues with YouTube, creator issues, really not much to do with me specifically, but just sort of my observations on that. So if you're interested in that, stick around for part 3. If not, I completely understand it if you don't want to watch. But thank you for listening to me talk today. I hope that was valuable for you. Like I say, love it if you give it a thumbs up. Love it if you hit the subscribe button. If you're thinking about making videos, there's no time like the present. You can do it with your cell phone. You can do it with most digital cameras. You can do it with a video camera. There are a lot of inexpensive editors out there. Go for it. Get started. Video yourself working in the shop. That way you get to make a video, you get to work in the shop, you get to make something, and hopefully you'll have fun. But do stay safe, do wear your safety glasses, and as always, we'll see you for the next one.